Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Lily's Little Life Corner. As you can tell, if you're watching on YouTube, I am not in my normal spot, and that is because my normal spot right now is currently being used as one of those like clothing chairs, and I haven't fixed my clothes. So I'm here, and I'm here with a slightly different episode because this episode is going to be my season finale. So we're going to talk about a couple of things, and it's going to be short and sweet because, yes, that's how I want it to be. I want it to be short and sweet. Anyway, so if you guys are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, that means that this episode is going to be the last episode that you are going to get from me for, I'm thinking like somewhere mid-March, late March. I'm going to return to the podcast platforms and, get back to it. But if you are watching on YouTube, then that means that this is not the last that you are going to be seeing of me. I'm going to be still uploading things on YouTube. Primarily, I'm going to be focusing on uploading shorts and TikToks of my podcast episodes. I have been meaning to do that for a very long time, and I haven't been doing it, and it's very time consuming. So yeah, I'm going to be focusing on that during the break, but I do also have a couple of like non-podcast videos that I want to upload, so I'm going to be uploading those. And then most importantly, I am going to be working on adding captions to my videos, every single one of them. And it is time consuming to add accurate captions, but I thought this would be the perfect time because some of my episodes have gone viral in my terms. One episode got 4,000 views within like 2 weeks, which is more than I have ever gotten. Even my Mayo Mom episode, which now has 3,000 views, it took it a minute to get to the 3,000 views. So yeah, and then one of my most recent episodes also got to 1,000 views within like a week, I think. So, and then I also got like 100 new subscribers, which I'm really grateful for. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, and I hope you check out all the other episodes that I have on my channel. But because of that, I thought it would be the perfect time to really focus on adding captions because I checked my analytics and it does look like at least 10% of the people who have watched those particular episodes have chosen to add captions. And I'm someone who uses captions whenever possible, whenever available. So yeah, I thought this would be the perfect time to kind of take a little bit of a break and focus on adding captions. And so that's going to be my primary focus on YouTube. Unfortunately, I cannot do that on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I don't know why. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, neither Spotify nor Apple will let me edit the captions. You can still view captions. It's just they're not going to be accurate because I'm not like allowed to edit, which is so stupid. Like, it's an accessibility feature, and I wish I was able to edit those captions to get you guys on those platforms to also have that accessibility feature. But yeah, it's unfortunately not possible. So I'm going to focus on the YouTube captions and then uploading shorts and TikToks of my podcast episodes, and then that way, maybe we can get some more people to come to the podcast and comment their opinions and get them to interact with the community. But then, like I said, I also do have a couple of videos that I am going to be uploading, so it's not going to be like just shorts and TikToks of episodes that you guys have already seen. It's also going to be new content, right? And I do have a live stream planned as well. But yeah, so that is just an update. And I have decided that the last Saturday of February is going to be my season finale break. And then that's going to be how it is going forward. So each season is going to be 1 year long. Oh, And then also exciting news. I'm also going to be working on launching a new podcast. I talked about it before in like a couple of episodes ago, like 5 episodes ago, 6 episodes ago. It's called Breaking My Silence for the millionth time. uh, if you guys have been here on my channel since I had like 25 subscribers, you would know, like, literally breaking my silence for the millionth time. But those videos have now been privated. But anyway, yeah, I talked about it in my Breaking My Silence for a millionth time episode that I wanted to start a like research-based podcast. And so I really do want to work towards launching that podcast, which means that Lily's Little Life Corner is going to go down to 1 episode a week to 1 episode every 2 weeks, so that the other podcast is also gets an opportunity to shine, but that other podcast is probably not going to be here for the next like couple of months because I have a lot of other things I need to do that are going to be very time consuming. But I originally did have a proper season finale planned, but I didn't today. I just don't feel like that's why I'm filming at night. I usually film earlier in the day, but yeah, it just, this past week has been very weird for me as far as like how I'm feeling. So yeah, I decided to not film that particular season finale because it is also like more research heavy. Because I asked in a poll on YouTube if you guys wanted to see more like relationship focused episodes like what I had been doing, or if you guys want to see something more psychology focused, and the more psychology focused option won. And so that was going to be the episode for today. But like I said, I'm feeling very just like low energy and a little bit like sick. I have been sick for the past like week and a half. So I think it's just my body kind of trying to recover, like on its last stretch, trying to recover. But yeah, so I'm gonna save that for season 3, episode 1, and we'll see how you guys react to it, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of disappointed by the reaction that I got from my collaboration with Kristen, especially since I had so much fun doing that. I think that's also contributing to how I'm feeling today. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to perform so badly. Like, that's my lowest performing video literally ever that I've ever uploaded. Every single video that I've ever uploaded has gotten like at least 30 views, which is not a lot, especially compared to the 4,000 views and 1,000 views that I got recently. But for it to get 10 views and for it to struggle to get 10 views, it's like I've never had that happen ever before, and I've been on YouTube for 9 years. So yeah, it was really I was very disappointed for sure. And I still am very disappointed and heartbroken because, yeah, it was something that we really enjoyed doing and that we had a lot of fun doing. But, I guess it is what it is. My Reddit reading stories are never popular, which is a shame because I think, like I said in that episode, I think we can learn a lot from Reddit stories, and I did try to choose Reddit stories that were not as, well known, but I guess I am learning the lesson and listening to what you guys prefer, and so I think I'm not gonna do Reddit reading stories anymore. Which again is a shame because me and Kristen had so much fun filming, not only for her channel but also filming for my channel, and yeah, it was very sad to see that you guys didn't even want to touch it. So lesson learned. But if you guys are like, well, I didn't even know that you uploaded an episode reading Reddit stories, it's, just click my channel and it'll take you to that. But this is unscripted, so, and I'm scatterbrained, so this is not going to be very coherent. I'm sorry. As far as season 3, I already have ideas for season 3. It's just a matter of researching and scripting, writing out the scripts and like bullet points that I want to talk about as I do. And there shouldn't be any delays in season 3, at least for the first couple of weeks. Like for the first 4 episodes, everything should go smoothly because I do have at least four ideas. But yeah, so like I said, again, if you are on Apple or Spotify, I will see you in March. Not like tomorrow March, but like a couple of weeks March. If you are on YouTube, I will see you more often than that. I'm still not sure how often, but I do know that I am going to see you a little bit more often. And I also have Wednesdays free now. I used to not have Wednesdays free because I was doing activities, working on hobbies, but now that I have Wednesdays free, I have more time on my plate. So I should be able to get everything done, fingers crossed, because it is Mercury retrograde, so fingers crossed I will get at least 90% done. For sure I will get, the season 3 episodes done, and that one, those couple of videos that I want to upload out, but I might not get all of the videos captioned, and I might not get the blooper compilation out on Patreon, but it should be going up soon after season 3 if you guys are interested. But I still, like, I'm saying that, and I don't recommend subscribing to the Patreon right now because it's a work in progress right now, okay? I also need to work on, like, having a schedule where I can get everything that I need to get done. So that's something that I will be working on during this little break. Like I said, it's a break for those of you that are on the podcast platforms. It's not a break because I'm still going to be uploading stuff onto YouTube. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's just about, having more time to do these things. Being focused on doing these things instead of being focused on doing something else. But yeah, that'll be everything for this episode. Thank you guys so much. Before I end this off, before I forget, thank you so much for the reception on my recent videos. It has meant a lot to me to see the mostly positive reception. I have had a few hate comments stem from that, but as is to be expected. Yeah, I really appreciate those of you who have commented. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed based on that. And like I said, on YouTube, you're not going to see a decrease so much in content. I'm going to try and still upload some like non-promotional stuff. And then that way you guys can, still have something to talk about, something to watch. And I'm going to try and get back to it as soon as possible. But like I said, it's very important for me to have you guys have that accessibility and have you guys have those captions. Like that's the reason why I describe what's going on in videos, that like TikToks that I show you guys is for accessibility reasons, and it's for those of you who are either only listening or who who have the podcast on like in the background. So it is important for me to have accurate captions. It's just, like I said, it's been time consuming because I do have to like fact check and like double check, and that's gonna be my focus, but I'm still gonna try and get stuff up to you guys, and I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to take the longest break. I was thinking a month, but like a month is ridiculous in my humble opinion. So I'm gonna try and get like all the captions and like promotional stuff done within the first week, and then the second week I'm gonna focus on scripting out my ideas, and then that way I can get back into the flow of doing that. And then I also want to come up with like a system of how I can have captions up like as soon as the video is up, and then that way you guys won't have to wait for, like, you guys won't have to wait years for captions to be made available. But yeah, I did think about hiring someone, but it's unfortunately not in the budget right now. I have to do them by hand, and I'm really sorry for the delay, but that's what you should expect to see in the future from me. And like I said, eventually this podcast will go down to 2 uploads a month, and then that way I can have the other podcast to also do 2 podcasts a month, plus, whatever other videos I choose to upload on YouTube. I still, because you guys, I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot of energy to do my makeup because I have to like wash my face before I do my makeup because that's how my makeup applies the smoothest. And then I have to wash my face after I do my makeup so that I can get the makeup off of my skin, and then that way it's not like in my skin. So it is very like energy consuming to have to do that. So I've been thinking, like, for the second podcast, I've been thinking, what if it's just like audio platforms only? And I still want to have it up on YouTube because YouTube it's a big part of where my audience is, but I don't want there to be visuals of me because I don't want to have to do my makeup and like wash my face 2 times a day. Well, technically 4 times a day just to look pretty on camera, you know what I mean? So I've been like debating, like, okay, what if for the second podcast I just don't have my face on and I just like have like a little picture and then it's just, whatever, like audio in the background. So I've been thinking about that, but you guys are gonna have to let me know how you feel about that. But also, since it is more like research focused, like, I just don't see why you guys would need to see my face. I really, yeah, you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about that and how you're feeling about that idea. Okay, and now I think I said all that I wanted to say. And yeah, I will see you guys in a couple of weeks on Lily's Little Life Corner if you guys are on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And if you guys are on YouTube, then you'll still see me, so it's not gonna be an issue. Thank you for watching, and again, like I said, thank you so much for the support that you guys have shown on not just my recent episodes, but also like my long-term audience who has been with me since the start of Lily's Little Life Corner. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you for still being here with me and like tuning in every single week and commenting every single week. And yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I will see you guys when I see you. Okay. Bye.